Alright, in the previous tutorial, you learned how you can create objects with this group. This is create group. And now I want to show you how you can use them in your projects. For example, here I want to create a project like this. Just I want to use this group of objects. That's really good. It's like low poly projects, and it's really cool. Let's get started. At the first, in the file menu, click on the new, or you can use shortcut key Control N. And after that, as we can see, we have a new project. Really good. At the first, I want to create a home. For create a home, we have many ways for creating that. But because just I teach these items to you, I want to use these items for create a home. Okay, first, create a polygon. As I told you, polygon is a square object, polygon, and then when we click on the polygon in the object, you should turn on this checkbox because I need this to triangle for roof of the home. When we go to window menu, you can go to another project. For example, here, this is my previous project that I open it in the Cinema 4D. And when we click on the Untitled 3, you can see we can go to this current project. Okay, again, I'm gonna to go to this project. First, I want create this roof. For creating that, again, go here. From orientation, change this orientation to -Z. And after that, we can see the orientation is changed. Now, drag this to here. Top of this work plane. And after that, when we click on this button here, we can see the view of the front, right, and top. That's really good. Okay. Now for creating side of this roof, I want use the plane. Click on the plane. And then from orientation, change this orientation to +X. Okay. At the first, change this to here. Now click on the polygon and increase width to, for example, here is good. And a little maybe more for height. That's good. And now decrease the size of this. You can click on this and change the size. Drag it here. If you go to here, front is much better. Change it to here. Drag this to here. And as we can see, we must decrease the size and click on the plane, and from height width, because it changed this orientation. We should change this width. Okay. Again, when we decrease the number, you can see what's happening here. And from right, we can drag it here. And from top, drag it to here. Okay, that's good. And now click on the plane. And after that, click on this rotate. After click on the rotate, you can rotate it from here. Click on this to increase this front view, and after that, drag to here and change this rotation and change the position. As we can see, we should increase the size of this plane. That's better. And again, we should change the rotation, something like this, and maybe a little more is okay. And then click on the move and drag it to here. Now here, when we see that, one side is okay, and for another side, click on this plane layer, and after that, from here, when you want duplicate your object, just you should hold Control button, and after that, drag this layer. And when we drag and drop, as we can see, it's automatic creates another object for us. Okay. Now for when we increase this, I want drag this and change it to here. But before that, and before you change this position, click on this new plane, and after that, from here, just change this negative to positive. Drag it to plus, and click, highlight it, and change this minus to plus. And after that, when you click on the apply, as we can see, it changed this rotation to positive. And now just drag and put it for right, and it's done. And from here, change this again, click on it, maybe it should close to this. That's really good. Okay, and for back of this roof, just click on this polygon and triangle polygon, and after that, again, like plane, you can duplicate from here. Hold Control. When we hold Control, as we can see under this cursor icon, you can see when we press Control, we have little to a square. That means when I change this position of, for example, X, Y, and Z, change position of axis, it's duplicate our layer. and drag it to here. Okay, now we can see it creates another polygon for us. And for back is done. To here maybe is good. Again, if you want duplicate your layer, just click on it, hold Control, and after that drag it, for example, top from X or from Z or from X. Really good. You can duplicate your objects. Okay, now for bottom of our house, you should create a cube. For create a cube, just click on the cube, and after that, again from here, from this front, drag this cube to here, and then from the right, drag it to here and change the size. Drag like this, and then here when we see on it, we can see our home is ready. Maybe we could a little change this to top. I will teach you how you can create really good materials, but for now if I want to show you a really basic material, you should go to create menu, and after that click on the new material, and here we can see that our material, and from here you can change the color that you want. For example, for the roof, I need this gray. When we change this to, for example, 50 is good. And then if you, before you add your material, when you want add a material to bunch of objects, just select that layers and that objects that you want add a material to them. For example, this cube and this polygon for and this and this and this. All of that is about roof. And click on the objects, and after that click on the group objects. And now we can see we have a group of this roof, and when you double click on this name, you can change the name of that and change this to roof. That's really good. And now when we drag this material and drop on this roof, now we can see all this roof and all objects change the color to this gray. That's good. And now for this bottom of home, again click on the create menu, and after that from here click on the new material, click on this new material, and after that from here change the color. You can change this, and after that second change this. For example, here brown is good. Drag this and drop on this cube. Okay, our home is almost done. And for example, for door, just again you can create a new cube, and after that drag it here, change the size X, Y, and Z, and drag this to here. Something like this is good. And For color, again, go to new material, click on this new material, and after that drag this and darker for door, and after drag and drop on this. Okay, our home is ready. And now again click and select all this object, and after that from objects click on the group objects, and after that double click on the null and change the name of that to home. And this is our object that we could open all objects. And now click on the home and drag this home to top of this work plane. Okay, home is ready. Now let's go to create our tree. For create tree trunk, first we should use a cylinder. Click on the cylinder and drag it here and here, and click and drag it to top of this work plane. Okay, and click on this sphere, and after that drag this to here. I think this radius is good, and height, maybe this is good for height. And when we want low poly our object, we should decrease segments. For example, this is 36 and change this to maybe 5 is good. Okay, and for top of tree, we can use click on it and use cone. Click on the cone and from it drag it to here, and first again come back here, drag this to here, change this to top of tree trunk, and from front, in the front view, drag this to here. And now again come back to perspective view, and first drag and decrease this height, and then drag it to here, and from top of this cone here, top radius, drag and increase this, and bottom radius we can a little change it to here. Maybe top radius we should change it and decrease the height of that. That's good. And hold Control and drag this on top of previous cone, top of this, and for this decrease top radius to here and decrease bottom radius, and maybe a little decrease this size for height. Okay, again hold Control, drag this to here, and again exactly like previous step, and change this height to here. Okay, again hold Control, drag this to here, and this is for treetop. Click on this and we should change top radius to 0 and drag height, change this to here, and bottom radius, change this to here. That's good. And for change and change the look to low poly, just click, hold shift and click all this cone, and then from here rotation segment, decrease these numbers. I think 5 is good, or maybe 7. Okay, 7 is good. And then for add a material, again click on the create new material, and from here change this to green, change this to here, for example about here, a little darker is better. Okay, and now here you can click and drag it here and hold Ctrl and duplicate these materials to here, or you can, like this home, create a group from this cone and after that add a material to them. Okay, and for this you can use this material that we used in door of this home. Just click on this and drag it to this cylinder. That's really good. And now hold shift and again click on this objects, and from objects click on group objects and double click on it and change it to 3. And if you want, you can click first object and hold shift and click on all this cone, and from object group objects and change the name of that to top 3. Okay, that's really good. Click on this and change it to here. Okay. Now let's go to create the sphere under this home. Again, I'm gonna to this project. For now, we create this 3, and now I want to create this sphere. Okay, again, go to window menu and go to here, your new project, and then first I want to create a landscape, and with these 3 sphere, drag, change the size of that, and let it a little, drag it to increase height, and from here click and turn on this checkbox for spherical. And now I think should change this to here. This is good. And decrease these numbers to here, and again change the size. Okay, and drag it under this. again here for adjusting better, use this front view, and top is okay. I think should increase that size. Maybe here is good. And then from here a little decrease this number, and for see better we can add a sea level for that. And from here width segment, increase that, and here we can see we have the best result here when we increase this size of segment. And from seed you can change the position of bulge, and when you change this seed, it's automatic and random create some bulge. Okay, for example here is good. And now click on the tree. From here use this 3 is much better. Okay, drag it here, and from right view drag this to here, and click on the rotation and drag your tree to here. And now go to perspective view, and from here click on the rotate and drag this to here. Again turn around and use this move object, okay, to here. Maybe little to here is better. Okay, now from here hold Control and drag another T, and then change the position to here. I think from here just change these two rotation, change this minus to plus, and press apply. Here is better. Change this to here, and again click on the rotation, and from here adjust your tree like this, and click on the scale, and here we can from here click and change this size, something like this, and again hold Control, drag this to here, click on the rotation and drag this to here, click on scale and decrease the size, and something like this. And for this again click on this and drag, hold Control and drag and duplicate, and click on the tree, and here duplicate your group and change this scale a little here, and again adjust your tree. Okay, position of 3 is good. And now for color of this sphere, just here we can create another material, and from here you can adjust your color. For example, this color is good. Drag and drop on this landscape. And here you can select, hold Control and select these trees, and again from object, group objects, and change this group to tree. And it contains all these trees. Really good. Now I'm gonna go to window and see this project. Okay, here we have 4 rings. For create these rings, it's really easy. Just again here, I'm gonna go to this project, and then from here, add this truss and drag this to center of this sphere and increase size of ring radius, something like this. Here you can click on this tree and a little here, drag this size. I think this tree number 2, drag it to here, and 3 maybe here is better. Again, click on this group, and here you should just adjust your tree. Okay, and here this truss, click on this layer, and from pipe segment decrease this pipe segment, and for example 6 is good, and ring segment decrease this to maybe 9 is good, and a little change the size, and here we should adjust it from top. To here, and decrease the size a little. Maybe if we change, and I think pipe segment, change this pipe segment 4 is good. And for another, just click on this object and hold Control and drag the position to here, and now decrease the size. Here previous truss, increase this size, and this new a little increase, and again hold Control, duplicate that, and Again, decrease this size, and again hold Control, drag it to here, and change the size to here. Okay, that's good. And for material, just from here, click on the create and new material, and change this to yellow. Drag this to here, I think. Orange is better, more lighter. Okay, and now drag and drop on this. I think if I select all these rows with shift control, select all these throws object, and from object click on the group object and just drag this material to here. And now our all material is now changed this to orange. And click on this material about our landscape. Okay, this is I think if we change this to I think white is better. Okay, that's really good. And again, from here, when I go to this, we have here 2 arrows. For create this arrow, here you can first I adjust this tree, it's out of our sphere, drag it to here, and this is maybe here, just adjust this. Okay, and if you want, you can, for example, here add this cylinder, increase this cylinder, change this position, and click on this, and now it's taller. Or for example, this 3-1 again, click on this and decrease height of this cylinder. And now when we click on the tree here, it's taller. Okay, that's good. And for creating 2 arrow, just we can use from here I think tube is good. Click on the tube, and after that, from here, change this to here, decrease outer and inner, something like this. If you click on the fillet, it will be like tube a little. It's more like that. Okay, and from here, change the size. For example, change it to here. And but excuse me, you should change this rotation to here, for example. And then again click on the tube, and from slice here, turn on this checkbox, and then here we have from, can change it to here and here. I need one of that like this, and again click on this tube, hold Control and drag this to here to create another tube, and change this size to here. Okay. And for tip of arrow, we can use this pyramid. Click on it and click on the move, drag it to here, and from here, if we change this with front, drag this to here, change this to here. Now here, when we see this here, it's, I think with perspective it's much better, and from top you can adjust it to here. Okay, and now click on the pyramid and change its orientation to -x. Okay, drag this to here, and you can click and change the size of this pyramid. That's really good. And I need another for this. Again, hold Control and drag this to here. For duplicate that, change it to here, to here. Adjust the position and change this to +x. And create something like this. Okay, and for color of that, just we can create a new material. For example, black for this pyramid, tip of this pyramid, and for this tube we can create another material, and for example use blue color, drag it to this tube. And now we can select all these objects, and from object again group object, and change this to arrows, and this is for rings. Tree, and this. Now when we render it, we create something like this, and if you want, I will teach you what is a sky just for now. If you from here at the sky and create a new material and double click over here, change the color to white, drag it to sky. Now we have a white background with white light, something like this. I hope you enjoy this first project. Don't forget to practice this project and follow me step by step to learn anything in the Cinema 4D.